Hi, Julie from Kaszazz. I just thought I'd come on and show you how I cut up my stamps, because stamps often will come uncut, which means you need to cut them to get your shape. First thing that I do is I always peel off the back. I find this makes them much easier to cut. These shapes aren't very hard shapes to cut, but what I like to do is go as close as I can, and I haven't got my glasses on, as close as I can to the stamp image without cutting into it. This helps with over stamping. Often when people stamp, they often ink up too heavy. They get ink all around the edge. Then when they stamp, they get that stamp edge around, which is we don't like. I try and cut into all the little spaces as much as I can. It's just like that. So it is easier just to roughly cut them to start with. When I'm cutting the words, I usually try to keep it relatively straight along the bottom, so that when I'm lining it up, it just makes it easier to do. So I would go like it. These are the Crafter Companion scissors. I fussy cutted with them yesterday. Fussy cutted, not sure that's a word. But they do cut up the stamps really well. They just sort of slice through. So when you're coming down to these, I usually snip in and across. You can even go in a few times. I've cut a lot of stamps, so I'm not really scared of the stamps anymore. Some people don't like to cut their stamps. And then when I've cut them, and then if I'm stamping and I still have little bits that seem to be catching, I'll come back and just cut them off a little bit more, like just to make sure, like even edges, sometimes I'll cut those little bits off. So that's how I cut up the stamps. It's pretty easy. But a good pair of scissors really does help, because if you don't have good scissors, it does make it very, very hard. This is a smaller size. There are 3 sizes. So I think this is 4.5 inches, and then there's a 6-inch pair and a 9-inch pair. Depends on fingers too. Some might find these a little bit small, so the next size might be better. Just depends what you like. Hope you enjoyed that tip for today. Bye.